The next one in our list is, well, you describe it. It comes from 1984, the cover of National Geographic. So just briefly describe it, because we got the man who actually took it coming up now. Go on, Brett.
So it's not the Kim Phuc, it's
The National Geographic from the Afghan girl.
Steve McCurry.
Yes.
Oh, of course. The beautiful, she had a beautiful scarf on her head. She's got these incredible green eyes. And it's a portrait, a facial portrait of her. I think she's been on the cover of all of Steve McCurry's major books, that are also the National Geographic image that they most promote.
So reddish-brown headscarf, these searing green eyes. And this was after...
She looks directly at you.
And Steve, thanks very much for joining us. This was back in 1984. This, poor Afghanistan, you've got to say. It's been through. This was after the Soviet invasion of the country, Steve.
Yes. Well, this was actually, the Soviets in 1979, and they made this picture in 1984. This girl was living in a refugee camp in Pakistan, and I photographed her one morning in a school. She was attending a school in a tent, and as soon as I walked in, I saw this incredible little girl with these piercing eyes. I just knew right away that this was going to be an incredible portrait. She had this sort of haunted look, but yet was very pretty, but was clearly, poor, was not only a refugee, but an orphan. And, she was living in a very kind of dire situation in this refugee camp.
And it was the eyes, wasn't it? And the
directness of the gaze.
Yes, that's right. I mean, you can't. I just saw it again this morning. I can't quite get it out of my head. So now I think you'd look at that photo and you think, well, has something been photoshopped there? And I'm sure such things were possible in 1984, but it wasn't like that, I assume, Steve.
No. This was just what you see in that picture was straight out of the camera. It was just this. The eyes really told the story, and Afghans are really handsome people, and now and then you get a Afghan with blue eyes, sometimes blonde hair. It's quite an extraordinary race, and very, very incredible eyes.
I mean, again, we're talking about photos that changed the world. So we had the one of planet Earth from '68, and we say about the fragility of the planet. Well, it didn't help us because we've been polluting it ever since. And here we've got a poor Afghan refugee girl, and look what Afghanistan's since. Nothing actually has changed, despite the immense power of the image, Steve.
Yeah. Well, at that time in 1984, there were about 3 million Afghan refugees living in Pakistan, Iran, and other places. And, these people have been driven out of their country. And this was something which we had never seen before, this magnitude of people being displaced.
Well, we've seen it plenty of times since, haven't we? But look, it's amazing work, Steve. And, congratulations on it all these years on. A real privilege to talk to you. That's Steve McCurry. Again, if that one slipped your mind now, again, get a search engine, put National Geographic 1984 Afghan girl, you will gasp, I promise you.